There is a time and a place for all things. Heads down in the park is great fun. On the dining room table, it would probably go down with less acceptance from those around you, and you'd probably feel a bit of a fool yourself. It's time to start separating where we work and where we play and where we relax, as there is a time and a place for everything, and your house is your home, not your workplace.
There's a time and a place for all things, and everyone in the UK that is working from home needs to listen to this. It's not some spiritual mumbo jumbo crap, it's factual. You know that when somebody is beneficial to you, they uplift you, they enrich you. They're like a tap and they fill you up. And then there are people that are like drains that drain you and lower you, limit you. With the current situation, everyone working from home, it is more important than ever to be able to separate logically as well as energetically that which we are experiencing. If you work at home, 9 to 5 let's say, without a separation between work and pleasure, work and relaxation, one just molds into the next, day upon day, week upon week, month upon month, until, hang on, it's 2025 and we're still stuck inside, working at a screen, being told what to do, separated and isolated through fear. So, allow me to explain energetically the reason for this video and the message behind it. Every person you know will make you feel a certain way because they emit a certain frequency of energy, of vibration. Likened to a TV, whatever channel you tune that telly into, it will pick up and broadcast for you to see, for you to experience, for you to learn from and grow from, for you to embody and become. If you have a space where you work, I strongly suggest that you create a little bubble, and in that bubble, that is your workspace. The rest of your house can then remain sacred, harmonious, safe, a place to relax, a place to switch off, a place to separate from the world outside you. There is a time and a place for everything. A time to relax, a time to play, a time to work, a time to be happy, a time to be sad. It's all perfect. But when it all starts to mingle into one, we lose track, we lose sight, we lose focus and the actual individual sovereignty of self. If there's a room full of lots of people, you can find it hard to actually think, to hear that voice, to find clarity, to find calmness. Again, you can liken this to energy. Ancients throughout time have known that we are a body containing energy. There are certain meridians in the body just as there are within the planet. This is how Tai Chi works to unlock, yoga works to release that flow. Just like a river, if it's blocked, it will become hostile, detrimental and putrid to all life forms within it. When it flows freely, it allows us to experience that freedom of flow, to move, to grow. What I do is I leave the house, go out the front door dressed for work, come in the back door, now I am working. If there is a break to be had, you go back out the back door, back in the front door, take off your work jacket, take off your work hat, whatever it is that you would like to attach the vibration and frequency and attention of focus to, that is work time. Special pair of shoes, put your watch on, whatever it is, whenever you're wearing that, it's work time. Whenever you take it off, it's time to relax. You go back out the back door, you leave work, you come in the front door into your home to have your lunch break, to have your coffee break, to separate from work. One place for one thing, another for another. As I say, doing a handstand on the dining room table is not going to go down well. Having a poo in the bath is not really the thing to be done. There's certain times and places for everything. And the way that things are currently at the moment, it is incredibly important to separate for children as well. If a child leaves home dressed in their school uniform and goes to school, the energy of that building with the collective of the children and the teachers there is to focus upon learnings. There is a structure, there is an understanding, there is a uniform to be worn. With kids getting up and then just sitting and then standing and sitting and standing and sitting without those breaks, without that freedom, without the interaction with other children that they are so desperately missing, everything is becoming mingled and merged into one. We have an understanding as adults who we are. I know who I am, not just the egoic concept of myself, but the eternal aspect, the energy that is eternal, as energy cannot be destroyed. And anybody still listening to this, I strongly would guide you over towards listening to all of the content on the Cosmic Surfer YouTube channel, as I deliver some inspirational, educational, motivational and meditational content within it. Videos, weekly videos and daily content on all the socials to remind you that you have the potential to achieve everything and anything that you can put your mind to. Close your eyes, picture the room that you're in now. Close your eyes, picture the room that you're in now. Open your eyes, picture the room you're in now. Close your eyes, picture the room you're in now. The room still remains. Although you can't physically comprehend it, within your mind it is still there. And everything you experience is experienced through the mind. What you attach your mind to, you believe to be true. And the expression "I don't mind" means just that. If you don't mind, it doesn't really matter. And without your mind, there is no matter. As everything in existence, scientifically speaking, is energy, is atoms. Each atom vibrating at a different frequency, existing as a wave and a potential. Everything is potential. If you turn left or turn right, they are both potentials. The direction that you focus upon is that which you then lead yourself towards, positive or negative. It's your choice. There is no real good and bad. There is just the ability to learn and to grow. So being able to separate, being able to know that I'm not that person and that their thoughts and emotions do not affect me is incredibly beneficial. Being able to separate from home and work, from education and play is incredibly beneficial. Because I guarantee you, my friends, if this continues for over a 3-month period, the children of today will forget what it felt like to be united and connected to their friends, to be able to have an energetic release. In a house, in a container, everything within that container mingles and merges together. If you have a cup of water and you place a little bit of fun within it, great. The water is now the colour and frequency of fun. Place a little bit of work in it, great. It is now work. Bit of relaxation, great. It is now relaxation. But it is more beneficial to have 3 separate cups and be able to drink accordingly that which you wish to experience at any one given time. When it's time to work, you want to be able to take a sip from the cup of work, motivated and driven towards the achievement of that which you have focused your attention upon. When it's time to relax, if you're still sat there drinking from the work cup, no wonder you can't sleep. No wonder you're unable to rest. No wonder you're not able to separate from that internal stress. It's very important to allow the waters of the mind to settle, not to continuously simmer, as that which is churned up is difficult to see through, and to gain a real true understanding of what lies within. All of this information is gifted to me through meditation, by source, by God, whatever you would like to call it. I am no different to you. I just have allowed myself the understanding of separation from certain events and certain moments in life. As this moment of now, the present moment, the gift of now, is all we ever have. Now is now. Yesterday, it was that day, that moment of now, and tomorrow's moment of now will be tomorrow's moment of now. And remember, again, it all only exists in the mind. Your memory of the past is unique to you. It is the past that you perceive dependent on your memory of it and your emotional attachment to it. The future is your forward projection of an unknown event, and I want to control or decide the outcome before actually experiencing it. And again, where you focus your attention upon is where you will travel towards. Imagine yourself as a vessel, as a ship. If you are sailing towards some jagged rocks, fearful that you will crash into them, if you focus upon those rocks, you will continue to steer yourself accordingly to them. Yes, be aware of the negative aspects of life, be mindful of the rocks, and then steer yourself accordingly in the opposite direction. Steer yourself towards liberation, towards freedom, towards a world of true equality and betterment for all. It is time to start to break free from these bonds of separation. It is time to start to actually allow for an understanding of yourself as an energetic being. Just like that cup of water. Somebody comes along and adds red food colouring, adds anger to it, you're going to become red and angered. By allowing yourself the ability to breathe it all away with a single breath, learn how to ground, how to connect to the earth as you are an electrical being, and just as the way that we ground our house or our car, we can ground ourselves simply through the mindfulness and ability to create. Again, it all exists in your mind. And if you close your eyes and you believe and picture yourself flying, then it is so. It is reality. Maybe not in the physical, but most certainly in the mental and the energetic. The next video I'm going to create is about the walls that divide us, and now being the time to actually take down those walls, to start to share, to start to show yourself more than anyone else that you care, as whatever you flow through you, you experience around you. If you are angry or hostile or separate or fearful, if you are the channel of fear that you have tuned yourself into, picked up from the airways around you and broadcast to those about you, don't be surprised that everyone tries to keep away from you. And again, if you are vibrating at fear, everywhere you go, you will see things to show you that fear is the vibration that you have chosen. By flowing through love, you become love. You experience love. And love is the foundation to all creation. Love is the foundation to my teachings. Working with clients, creating a safe space to bring them back to the center, back home to love, back home to themselves. Working soul to soul, not mind to mind, as it is all energetic, and the soul is eternal, and the one aspect of yourself that cannot be changed. Just forgotten, just lost. And what is lost in the darkness will remain hidden in the darkness. When brought back into the light, it becomes the light and becomes you in completion. You will never complete yourself with somebody else outside yourself, only through the completion of yourself. It's time to start to separate those boundaries. It's time to start to create not bubbles of fear, but bubbles of understanding, bubbles of focus. Step into a certain bubble. This is my workspace. When you've finished working there, cleanse the area. Open the windows, let all the air blow through. Light some sage. Do some sort of chanting, some sort of movement work. Dance around, sing. If you watch a gazelle get chased by a lion, as soon as it has got away, as soon as it has finished running, it will stop, it will shake itself, it will ground back to the earth, and it will carry on eating grass as though nothing has happened. It won't stay in a state of shock and a state of fear, in that anxious fight or flight for the rest of the day, or even for another moment. It will return back to being present in the moment of now. It's no longer being chased by the lion, so it doesn't need to be fearful of that fact, because fear is an illusion. It is only due to forward projections of things that we do not understand, or the egoic mind does not understand. Fear suffocates, isolates and alienates us from one another. It is love. Love that is the answer. Love that is the key. Love that is the glue that binds us and connects us all, me to you, and you to everybody else around. It's always love, always. And by being able to flow it through you, again, you can experience it around you. Picture yourself for a moment as a being of light, as that is what you are. A being of light, just like the sun. And sometimes on days like today, it's difficult to see the sun. I cannot feel its warmth on my face. It is the middle of winter, and although the ground is cold, I'm walking around barefoot because it allows me a moment to be, a moment to ground, a moment to remember. The sun is always shining. Sometimes we cannot see it, sometimes we cannot feel it. The sun is always shining. Even at night it is still there. We are just not able to perceive it. The sun, the light in you, is always shining, just as the light within every other being is always shining. It is always there. Some people just have more layers of disconnect, more layers of fog, separation, illusion that covers that light within. By shining it equally and unconditionally, just as the sun does, upon everyone, you can experience it equally and unconditionally everywhere you go. The sun is always shining. It doesn't condemn itself for shining and causing sunburn upon one person. It doesn't condemn itself for the fact that somebody else living at the North or South Pole does not see it as often. It just shines equally and unconditionally. It's up to each individual person where they place themselves on the planet and receive that light accordingly. If you limit your love to one person or to a single unit of people, such as your family, your household, then you will only ever experience it within that situation. By loving everybody equally and unconditionally, you experience love everywhere you go equally and unconditionally. This does not mean you have to agree with somebody, that your ego even likes theirs. The conscious self will find all manner of reasons to dislike or even push away and condemn another person, as the ego will condemn that which it does not understand. This is the reason for all isms. Separations, racism, sexisms. I don't understand that person through their race, their culture, their sexual preference, their beliefs, their religions, whatever it is. I don't understand them, therefore they must be wrong because I'm the mighty ego. Yeah, I see you. I see you, little ego, and I love you, as I love every aspect of myself and of you. Make sure, if you want any more details, I will actually create a more step-by-step program or plan of a day, the way to educate our children and the way to work in between. As those of us that are single parents now find ourselves in a position where we have been given the responsibility of educating our children, which has allowed me to see just how flawed the education system is in the first place and what a drastic change it needs. None of this straight line crap. One jumper fits all. Each child should be given the ability to grow from what is passion and purpose within them. Somebody who is good at maths should be given maths as a foundation to build from. Somebody who is more interested in being outside, more interested in art, more interested in nature, should be treated accordingly. There is not one straight line that fits all. And you would not judge a monkey for climbing a tree. You would not condemn a monkey for climbing a tree, just as you would not expect a fish to be able to climb the same tree. You wouldn't go, you're a shit fish and you're a good monkey because you can climb the tree and you can't. Monkeys climb trees, fish swim in the sea. Get over it. Some people are always going to be slightly repressive, slightly negative, even narcissistic in tendencies. And some people will always live free. Free to be whoever they are, to do whatever they do, to choose which path to travel, allowing the wind to blow them accordingly, not being controlled or governed or dictated to through fear. As again, fear isolates, separates and alienates us from ourselves and one another. It is always love, my friends. Drop me a comment, let me know if you would like a write-up with a specific program or daily output, daily daily blueprint, let's say. Get up, do some certain activities so the day can unfold accordingly. Get up, get outside straight away, get outside if you can, barefoot, ground to the earth. Do some deep breathing, breathing in through your nose for the count of 4 right into your belly, and breathing back out for the count of 4 through your mouth. Breathing in everything that is pure, that is loving, that is enriching, and breathing out everything that is hostile, that is no longer serving you. When you go into the house to work, work accordingly. Put on your cap, put on your jacket, put on your watch, whatever it is to dictate that it's work time. Go out the front door, back in the back door. Work time, back out the back door, back in the front for rest, for your lunch break, and for when the day ends. When you're off the clock, finish the clock, cleanse the area, put some loud music on, jump around, get rid of that old energy, and then bring yourself back into now in a relaxed state of being, back in the flow. Please share this video with anyone it may assist, because it is incredibly important information. I know it's a little bit wicky-wacky, mumbo-jumbo, spiritual, but that's the truth to reality. It's all energy. I used to be 18 stone of muscle and anger, absolute anger. Angry at the world, simply because in truth I was angry at myself. Now I'm a spiritual teacher, a soul-to-soul coach, teaching love, sharing myself from my heart, naked and bare in all ways. I'm here to love you, to love on you, to hug you. And again, this feeling of separation, of isolation, walking down the street and somebody literally stepping in the road in front of an oncoming bus because they're more fearful of walking past me. I still love them. It does cause me frustration because I just want to hug them. But that's just who I am. And in truth, that's who we all are. If you look into the very depths of your soul, you will discover the truth that is found there, that you are love, that you come from love, and at the end of this beautiful experience we call life, you will return to love. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and if this is on the Freedom or Unite for Freedom Facebook page that has recently been released, adapted, evolved, then head over through the link to the portal and head over to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. If you're watching it on the Cosmic Surfer YouTube channel, it's easy. All you need to do is click that subscribe button and keep a lookout for next week's episode that is going to be all about removing or dissolving those boundaries of separation, the illusion of repression. As what you believe, you give yourself the opportunity to achieve. I love you all. Send me a message, reach out, ask any questions, as I'm here to serve. From my heart to yours. Namaste.